Nobody talks about how hard it is to let go of what no longer serves you. I mean, let's be completely honest. We're human. We form attachments. We crave familiar things, familiar places, familiar people, even when it hurts us. We do. And a lot of the times we have to let go before we can see what we're actually making space for. And that's where faith steps in. That's where God steps in.
I'm going to say this and then I ain't going to say nothing else. One of the reasons it is so hard for people to let go after a breakup, and one of the reasons your heart is so broken, you're crying so much, you can't get yourself together, one of the reasons is because you are still focusing on what you were hoping the relationship to be. See, you were hoping that y'all would make it. You were hoping that that was your person, that was your life partner. You were hoping that that person loved you as much as you loved them. You were hoping for all the goodness of a relationship, which is what you should have been hoping. However, when you focus on what the relationship when you focus on what was bad in the relationship and why y'all broke up in the first place, that is what gets you through. That is what is going to be your constant reminder as to why you need to move forward. You can't look at, oh, the sex was good. You can't look at, oh, they kissed good. You can't look at, oh, they looked good. You can't look at, oh, they smell good. You can't look at, oh, I like how they work the room. You can't look at, oh, my God, they paid bills. Oh, they helped me pay the bills. You can't look at that stuff. You got to look at the facts. You got to look at and think about how that person treated you. What was it that made the relationship go bad in the first place? That is what you have to look at. Instead of realizing and memorizing and remembering all of the good things, you got to stick with what the problem was. Because I can guarantee you this, no matter how many times you go back, guess what? They might act good for a few more minutes and for a little while, but they always, I repeat, they always go back to their old ways. So, baby, you just can't look at it. I know you want to, and I wish that was the case for you. I wish you had a relationship that was good and that you didn't have to break up and that you don't have to be dealing with this heartbreak. I wish that for you. But the unfortunate fact is that is not the case. Look at the reason you are not with that person, or the reason you have to break up with that person, the reason y'all can't be together. Look at those reasons, those facts. That is what is going to get you through. Continuing to look back on your reasons as to why y'all were together, why you loved them, and how good they made you feel, and all the goodness in the relationship, is not going to cover up the fact that what was good to you was not good for you. Have an amazing day.
To that man who constantly keep disrespecting that girl and can't love her correctly, but don't want to let her go, leave her the fuck alone, bro. Leave her alone. She love you, bro. It's been years. Of course it's going to be hard for her to let you go. But all them times when you knew you was fucking up, all them times you knew you was sneaking around, all them times you knew you wasn't the man that you said you was, all them times you got her to pray for you, all the times she went to God for you, all the times she got knocked off her path, loving you and trying to build you back up with her, she went down for you. And all you did was help her stay there. All you did was repay her back by stabbing her in that same motherfucking back that she took her motherfucking shirt off and gave to you, bro. All that time she was your rider, bro. All that time, huh? All them times when you was up there wondering who the fuck she was talking to the whole time you had another bitch. All them times you called her motherfucking crazy because she was wondering some shit and she turned out right the whole time. That girl that you know when you lose, you gonna lose part of your soul. Huh? Because she was that one for you. Let her go, bro. You killing her, bro. Don't you see them tears? Huh? Ain't you tired of pretending? Huh? Like, every time this girl gets strong enough to stop and back off from you and your bullshit, you literally pull her the fuck back in with everything she ever wanted to hear. Everything she ever wanted to see. And you fucking manipulate her. You manipulative ass dog. Ain't you fucking tired of hurting the same woman that you realize you fucking need every time you fucking did some bullshit or was with a bitch that you knew you shouldn't have been with? You always go back to her, bro. And it's really wild because every time you beg her to take you back, you act like she's winning you. What the fuck? You act like you the prize. You act like you doing her motherfucking ass a favor by her forgiving you, motherfucker. She doing you a favor, nigga. She shouldn't even be fucking with you no more, my nigga. You should be humble as fuck for her taking you the fuck back. Instead, you take advantage of that shit and you don't learn shit. And you got the nerve to be mad at her because you hurt her, my nigga. You got the nerve to act hurt because she hurt by you. And come on, bro. Let her go, bro. This some fucked up shit. You done squander enough. And it's obviously you can't help heal her. You want her to heal you.
Letting go. Yeah, it's hard, especially if you really liked it or you were addicted to it or something. But letting go involves doing a tremendous amount of work. It's called shadow work. You know, it's what other people won't see. You know, it involves a great deal of integrity. It will out. You know, the hardest thing for me is to leave a situation that I'm enjoying, that I know is not very fruitful. But I also know it's okay to feel bad about doing the right thing. Yeah. That means you were loving genuinely.
You know how you're going to get over that man? No tea, no shade. You know how you're going to get over that man? Keep going back. Keep going back. Keep going back. Because there ain't nothing nobody can say or do to make you leave that man. But keep going back. I promise you'll get over him. That man ain't treating you right. Keep going back. Every time you leave him, keep going back. I promise you. I know I sound crazy as fuck. Like, why are you telling me to keep going back to a man that's treating me like shit? Because you want to see it for yourself. I'm telling you. I dealt with it for like 4 years. Kept going back. And then one day I woke up and something just turned me the fuck off. I was really like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, everything about that man disgusted me. I'm talking about ick up to the utmost. Nothing he could do, say, I don't care if he was begging or crying on his knees, would make me go back to that man. Everything turned me off. The way he looked, the way he talked, him calling me, him texting me. And at first I was crying in shambles. But if you want to get over that man, keep going back. I promise you. It has nothing to do with being weak. Sometimes it's just a stage that you have to literally pass through. Because if you decide to leave on everybody else's terms but your own, you're going to be in denial for a long time. In the back of your heart is going to be like, I left on everybody else's terms. I didn't leave when I was ready, so why did I leave in the first place? And then you're going to end up going back. But when you leave on your terms, baby, there ain't going to be no coming back. I got a little mustache.
You know, when people in those situations, a lot of times the reason it's so hard to let go is because they're looking in the mirror. Despite the fact that that person is extremely toxic, there's a part of you that gravitates to that, which means you're toxic too. You may just hide it better. You may have better habits and, you know, a better routine to where people can't really notice it, but deep down, you're toxic as well. And that's what brought y'all together. People are not brought together by accident. We didn't stumble into this thing. We linked, we chopped it up, we had long conversations, we spent a lot of time with each other, we had sex, we did all type of stuff. Like, there was a lot of bonding that took place. And if you was that different from that person, why was it so easy to bond? Reality is, that person was just you in a different gender. And they just expressed themselves slightly different, but the thing that made them them is the same thing that makes you you. That's what brought y'all together.
Some men will never understand how hard it is for a good woman to walk away from them. Even after all the BS he puts her through, she'll still look for one reason to try to make it work because she can't see herself making it work with somebody else. You think she wants to start over with another man, meet another man's family, invest money, time, and emotions into another man, give her body to another man? Not even. She wants the man she stood by through everything to get it together and make it right.
The thought of letting somebody go hurts so much. It hurts more than someone breaking up with you or someone hurting you. Letting go is not just a word. It's not just a sentence. It's not just a physical thing. It's like mentally and emotionally, I have to remove you out of my future. I have to remove you out of the thought of what I had of us being. I have to remove you out of everything that you have applied. I have to remove you out of that scenario. And that actually hurts because now you have to reconstruct your whole life and reconstruct, everything that you have planned with this person. Now you have to reconstruct it and possibly do it alone. And who wants to do anything alone? Who wants to live life alone? Who's okay with, just every day you wake up, everything that you have to do is dependent on you. Sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we need someone to just, nurture us. And sometimes we need someone to just make us feel like everything is going to be okay.
I lost my best friend. Like everything I knew switched in a night. And I couldn't control that. So I had to deal with that. And that's not easy for me to understand. Or
my out-of-state mentees called me last night and she was hysterical. She's post-breakup month 5, I believe. And she's on her healing journey. And I've always been honest about the ugly side of the healing journey. The less optimistic side of the healing journey. I can't do this, Kitty, and I'm trying, and you don't understand. And I said, you think I don't understand? Now remind you, we have an identical story. You don't understand this. You're just always telling me to go. And I said, you think I don't understand? She says, yes, you don't understand. I said, I got something for you. I told her, you don't think I know how it feels to cry every single day in a relationship, hoping that this person will change, not realizing that until this person changes themselves, they cannot change for you. They cannot be beneficial to you. To continue to try to give hope to a relationship that is dying, to be crying every day, not eating for hours, not being able to focus on anything, to sit here and beg this person to just do right for 1 second, constantly reassuring them, constantly affirming them, constantly trying to prove to them that I love you, I'm the one for you, I'm the one, I'm here for you, constantly validating their feelings while they're constantly seeking external validation from multiple women. You think I don't understand that? It's crazy because we have the exact same story. I said, you think I don't understand how it feels to continue to try to give life, to continue to try to revive, to continue to try to give CPR to a dead situation? You think I don't understand that? Looking at myself in the mirror and not being able to recognize who I am. I can't even tell myself that this is you because I lost who I used to be. I said I lost over 10 pounds. Looked at myself, my skin was dull. There was no elasticity. I looked in my eyes. I didn't know exactly who I was. I looked like I was soulless. Yes, I understand exactly how that feels. And I knew that I could not walk away until I found the strength, until I had the mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional strength to walk away. I said, yes, the healing journey is ugly because you tried so hard to give life to a person that couldn't give you life. All they could do was take. I understand that. So I'm going to continue to tell you to go. The person that you used to be, you will never be able to get back to that person because that person allowed too much to happen to them. That person lost themselves within somebody who didn't even know who they were. So yes, you have to continue to go. Don't stop. Even in the moments where it feels like you have to and they are hard, you cannot stop. I did my best. She's going to be okay. More exercises, but I'm going to help her on this journey. It's hard if you are on your self journey. It's going to be hard, but it's possible.
Wondered why it was so hard to let go. I would sit there every day and wonder why. Then I started realizing because you not only have to let go of the past, but also the future you wished to spend together. And it hurts so bad because we had so many plans for the future. And I have to let go of both because I thought I was going to be with you for the rest of my life. And now I have to let go of all the dreams and all the promises we made and everything we thought of and everything we talked about and everything we dreamt for and everything we wanted to buy and how many kids we wanted. But I have to let it go because we're no longer together. And it breaks my heart because that's all I think about is the past. And then when I start thinking about the future, it's just hard for me to let go because life isn't normal anymore. I'm just sitting there and it just doesn't feel the same because I was so comfortable doing everything with you. And now the future, I have to start getting comfortable doing everything alone. And that hurts the most.
I can't get over you. Leave that man alone. He's not ready for the kind of love you bring to the table. Sometimes you have to let a man who was never in your league to begin with go back to what he's used to.
Some men will never understand how hard it is for a good woman to walk away from them. Even after all the BS he puts her through, she'll still look for one reason to try to make it work because she can't see herself making it work with somebody else. You think she wants to start over with another man, meet another man's family, invest money, time, and emotions into another man, give her body to another man? Not even. She wants the man she stood by through everything to get it together and
ship with somebody that you're still in love with. I know it sounds crazy, but they're standing on the edge, hoping that your decision to jump is the right one. You don't know if you're gonna grow wings on the way down or you're just gonna fall flat on your face. So tell me if I'm wrong. The saddest end to a relationship is the one where you have to break up.
I think that relationships are one of the biggest accelerators to people living in abundance. All the guys who I know who are just shooting their dick and everything everywhere, those guys are scattered. Right? You look at the top millionaires and billionaires in the world, all of them you will find, for the most part, I think it's probably 90% are in committed relationships. Right? There is something so beautiful about locking in with one person and discovering them every day. I say in our workshop, the moment I think I know my wife, my relationship is over. Right? So I have to rediscover her over and over and over again. I have to let go of my concept and the idea of who she is and find her again today.
Because we're always changing.
That, right? And I want that same grace for me.
If you like what you heard, I have a new podcast out called The Sacred Thomas Podcast. You could find it on YouTube and Spotify with video and on Apple Podcasts.
The reason you can't let that man go is because you've done more for him than he's done for you. Let me say it again. The reason you can't let that man go is because you have done more for him than he's done for you. Because if you were actually basking in your feminine the way that you were supposed to have done from the beginning, you wouldn't feel so robbed of time if you guys broke up right now. So now you can't let him go because now you will not have a return on your investment. Believe it or not, you're not that in love with him. You're not that attached to him. You just don't want to take a loss. That's the truth. When I came to that conclusion when I was with somebody in my past, that really changed my life. And whenever I say that to somebody who can invest 10 years of your life into a man and he can leave you today and you can't get those 10 years back. I don't know. Just something to think about.
You have to let him go. You do. You have to choose yourself. You have to be obedient to you. And it's hard. It's very hard to walk away from something that you really wanted, that you really thought was going to work, that you really thought was going to be your end-all be-all. It's very, very hard to choose yourself when all you want to do is choose that person. But let me use myself as an example and hope it inspires you to make the right choice. For the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been trying to make a relationship work that has run its course, that has fizzled out, that is done and over with. And I was having the hardest time letting it go, not trying to fight for something that is no use in really fighting for. all while trying to make this relationship work. I've been trying to get a new job, which causes stress, anxiety, the unknown, all of this stuff that's going on while I'm still trying to fight for a relationship that is obviously done. Until Monday. Monday finally came to a head, and I said, I can't continue like this. I must choose myself. I must let it go. I must move forward without them. That was Monday. Today is Friday, and I just got a job offer. Sometimes you play the biggest role in your own suffering. Sometimes you are in the way. Sometimes that decision that you do not want to make is what's blocking your blessing, is what's blocking your next level, is what's stopping your next season. So let them go. You have to, because you're never going to get to that next level if you keep holding yourself back with them. They don't want you, goodbye. They don't choose you, goodbye. Because there are 8 billion people in this world, and trust me, somebody will choose you because you are worth it and you deserve it. Let them go.